I don't want to do it, but let's tackle what aim in Valorant looks like. And we'll get to that, but let me introduce myself. I'm Briggy Ninja, coach for Affinity Esports with about 2 years of coaching experience under my belt. And as much as I would love to charge you all fat stacks and make tons of money off of y'all, I don't believe my service should cost money. As such, my coaching is entirely free. All you have to do is join the Discord, read the VOD submission rules, then tune in live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you there. In its bare essence, aiming is a manifestation of your hand-eye coordination. We use it to move our crosshair from one position to another. While this might be a gross oversimplification of aim and the techniques that go into it, this idea will serve as the backbone for your understanding of aim. So now, let's break down the parts of the game that involve aim. To start, there are two different types of aiming in FPS games. There is passive aim, and then there is active aim. The need for either is proportionate to the time to kill. The higher the time to kill, the more you rely on active aim, and vice versa. The lower the time to kill, the lower you rely on active aim. These two forms are distinct from each other when you take fights. When you aren't actively fighting an enemy on screen, we are trying to use passive aim technique. And when we are fighting, we are using the active side of that technique. So now, with that clarified, what do we actually use when we use either passive or active aim? Well, in Valorant, when we are passive aiming, ideally we are using more skills like tracking, flicking, and more movement-based aiming. We are using these skills to make our crosshair as ready for our target as possible, so that when it comes time to fight, we can take an easier shot, which is why a lot of content creators impose crosshair placement to you so heavily, compared to other skills when you're first learning the game. In the more active fights, ideally, we rely on more micro corrections, target switching, and flicking. Why? Because it's based off the knowledge that our crosshair ideally is in a position to shoot the enemy with as little correction as possible. We still have to make corrections, but we want it to be very low effort so as to increase our consistency throughout all of our games. While yes, all these skills should be practiced in isolation, just note that aiming is a very unreliable skill that we should really only call upon when the enemy outplays us. Most scenarios in which we have to move our crosshair as little as possible to end our opponents, send them to the Shadow Realm, do what you gotta do to them there, lead to more consistent results over a longer period of time. Now that we have a decent guideline of what skills are needed for the situation, it's time to apply these sort of ideas in your game. I want to clarify, first and foremost, I should have clarified earlier, but I am not an aim coach, and that you won't be able to develop the skills properly just under my guidance. If and only if you think that you lack proper mouse control and aim technique, I would recommend you seek out help from actual aim coaches, people who've been doing this a lot longer than me. Aim coaches like Matty OW, Viscos, Low Gravity 56, Wes Proter, and Greedy U are all perfect starters if you want free options to improve your aim technique here on YouTube. But if you're lost on where to start your improvement journey, check out this video about the process of improvement. It's bound to help you get started on your Valorant climb. And with that, good luck on the climb, and I'll catch you guys next time.